Hey everyone, it's Blitz back again with another Beyblade Burst Sparking unboxing. And as you can clearly see, today we have the brand new, or I guess it's been out for like a week now, World of Spriggan Unite-2B. So yeah, pretty hype bay. Without wasting any time, let's get right into it. Alright. Let's see if we got the rare one. No. We just got a regular one. Let me get this all out of the wrapping. And, yeah, I'll show it to you. Alright, and here is World Spriggan out of the package. And he looks cool as hell. There's a lot to cover about this bay, so let's go through each part, starting with the sparking chip. As you can see, it's got a metal chip core like Diabolos, and it is dual spin, so when you change the mode, the appearance will change slightly. I think Diabolos is a lot cooler, and if you see down here, it has you can see that the teeth are like, there's only like half a tooth there. So it's like the Valkyrie and Longness chip, where it'll hold on to the driver and make the locks tighter, but there will be less locks. So I think it's going to be worse than Diabolos, since it seems that the regular chips are better than the ones that are a little tighter. But since Diabolos has only come in the booster prize bay, it's pretty expensive to get your hands on. The prize bays are like $50 each, so yeah, this is still a really good part to have. I'm gonna call it the budget Diabolos chip, because that's pretty much what it's gonna be used for. The World Ring, this one's also pretty cool. It's a dual spin ring, so a lot like Diabolos. You can flip it over and it'll be in left spin, like the Master, I meant, like Master Diabolos. Besides that, the main gimmick is these counter wings. So when you push that in, it'll expose a really crazy contact point, and it'll activate this burst locker. I don't think this is gonna really do anything. The spring requires a good amount of force. It's not like hard to push in, but I don't expect it to really be moving all that much in an actual battle, but we'll see in the test battles. And the left spin mode, it's pretty much the same, except a different color. This one's more reminiscent to Legend Spriggan, while the right spin side is more reminiscent to Spriggan Requiem. The 2B chassis, as you can see, is a free spin gimmick, and how that works is there are these little tabs right there on each side. So when they're pushed in, it'll be in the locked mode. So let me put it on the ring just to show you. Alright, so right now it's in locked mode, and if you flip it around, it'll be in unlocked mode and be free spin. It is important to note that it'll only be free spin on the World Ring, because the World Ring is these little, like, caverns or whatever, cavities, where the little buttons can go into without being pressed. But every other ring is not like that, so 2B will only be free spin. You will only get the free spin option if you're playing it on World, at least right now. And last and most certainly least is the Unite Dash driver. It's just a sharp tip surrounded by rubber. It's a pretty decent driver, but not all that great. I would have much rather had a reprint of something good like Extend Plus, or maybe something new. I guess this is alright. I get that they're doing a bunch of, like, the drivers are supposed to be like legacy or whatever, but I don't know. Unite's kind of lame. So yeah, let me get the scale and we'll do some weight comparisons. Alright, let's start with the sparking ship Spriggan. That is about 4.0. Okay, it's acting weird. 4.07. And let's compare it to Diabolos. 4.09. So it seems to be a little lighter, but that's a pretty minuscule difference. Okay, and my scale is acting weird again. One more comparison. Let's do Lucifer. Alright, that one's still heavier at 5.75 grams. So Lucifer is still one of the best chips, and these two pretty interchangeable for left spin chips. The ring is 10 grams on the spot. That's pretty average. There's heavier, but there's also lighter. Here's Death, which is also 10 grams on the dot. Let me get some more rings. Abyss, which is a little lighter at 9.7. So yeah, pretty average. It's gonna be way heavier than Variant at 5.8 grams. But our heaviest ring right now is Rage at 14.4 grams. So yeah, World is pretty middle of the road. 2B 46.46. Okay, that's actually really heavy. Let me compare that to 1A, which was one of the heaviest chassis. So yeah, heavier than 1A. That's actually really good. The heaviest chassis is 2D. It's not quite as heavy as 2D, but it's pretty close. I think this is the second heaviest double chassis besides 2D. And of course, Unite, it's a driver. They all weigh about the same. Here's Destroy Dash. Yeah, not that big of a difference between them. Every driver weighs about the same. So yeah, let me put it together, all back together, and we'll do a comparison of the whole combo. Alright, so the combo all together is 66.64. We got 666 there. Alright, that's actually really heavy. Let's see, Variant Lucifer. It's heavier than Variant Lucifer. I don't think it's gonna be heavier than Rage Longness. Yeah, no. Rage Longness is still heavier. So Rage is the second heaviest. I think World is gonna be the third heaviest. Now, I think that's the third heaviest, and Tempest Dragon still completely blows out of the water at 78 grams. This thing weighs a ton. Well, not literally. It weighs 78 grams. The Diabolo Space, just because it's gonna be way heavier than those. Yeah, like almost 10 grams heavier than Death, especially. So yeah, this thing's stock combo is actually really damn heavy. So yeah, let's go do some test battles. All right, first round. Let's do World Spriggan left spin attack mode against this Diabolos. Alright, World Spriggan gets the first point. Alright, second point to Spriggan. Alright, third point to World Spriggan. Alright, now let's do right spin attack mode against Super Hyperion. Alright, I'm going to call that a draw. Alright, 1 point to Super Hyperion. Alright, and 1 point to World Spriggan. Alright, second point to Spriggan. Alright, and 3 points to Spriggan. Alright, now let me adjust the camera and then we can do World Spriggan right spin defense mode against Death Diabolos. Alright, 1.2 Spriggan. second point to Spriggan. And a clean sweep for World Spriggan. Alright, last round, World Spriggan, left spin, defense mode against King Helios. Whatever. 1 point to World Spriggan. Alright, second point to Spriggan. And 3 points to World Spriggan. Overall, I am pleasantly surprised with this bay. I thought it would be alright, but it's actually pretty damn good. Probably one of the best sparking bays so far. I did a bit more testing off camera, and it actually has a way better attack power than I thought it would have. Since it's pretty damn round, so I'm guessing these little blades do actually go in occasionally, and it gets that really, really good contact point right there. Unite Dash is still pretty meh. It has really bad life after death, so you're not going to want to do this thing in the opposite. You're not going to want to use this bay in opposite spin battles, but this thing really excels at same spin battles, and that's great because it is dual spin. So like 99% of the time you're gonna want to go with the same spin, and yeah, it does really well. Very, very good. I'm not gonna say it's on Rage Longness levels. Rage Longness is probably the best sparking bay so far, but it's definitely near the top. So yeah, big fan of this bay, way better than I was expecting it to be, and yeah. Oh, not to mention that the parts on this thing are also really competitive. World, I can guarantee, is going to see competitive play just because it is a dual spin sparking ring. It doesn't need rubber or metal or anything. It doesn't even need this gimmick. Just being dual spin would be enough to make this a very competitive ring. Like I said, the Spriggan chip is a budget Diabolos, and 2B, definitely can see this getting play. It's quite heavy, but the dual spin gimmick or not dual spin, the free spin gimmick only works on spriggan, so that's a bit of a drawback. If it worked on every bay, then this would definitely be a very good part. But since it only works on spriggan, or world, I should say, it's taken down a couple notches, but it's still a pretty good double chassis. And Unite, you can pretty much ignore that. So yeah, 3 of the 4 parts in the set are really good. I definitely recommend this bay. And yeah, that's it for my review on World Spriggan, and I'll see you guys in the next video.